Alright guys, you're back again and welcome to another exciting episode of Bamboo Street. Our guy Trump is at it again. He just made his Christmas wish list public. And there's 3 items on the agenda that he wants to buy. And he wants them all wrapped up with a bow tie. Because he is who you know who he is, right? Sir Volta. Let them have it.
We begin in Europe, where Denmark has announced its plans to boost defenses for Greenland, an island that's dominating headlines this week. Denmark's defense minister said the country will invest $1.5 billion to bolster resources. He also added that the package would allow the purchase of 2 long-range drones, 2 patrol boats, and 2 teams of sled dogs for deployment in Greenland.
For many years, we have not invested enough in the Arctic. Now we are planning a stronger presence. It is ironic that it coincides with the announcement from the United States.
You think that was intentional? It's like, because you remember Trump wanted them to pay like 3% or 4% for defenses.
Say 2%.
You know, like increase their defense budget.
Yeah.
And now it's like, is it this way for him to say like, okay, we're gonna do it and not have to call you sir?
Yeah. Yeah.
And just put it like, oh, it's ironic.
Yeah, to some extent, because this is not the first time Trump has wanted to buy this. In his first term, he wanted to buy it as well.
No, I'm talking about them increasing the defense budget.
Oh no, they are not increasing the defense budget. They're just taking from the, because the drone they are buying, where you think they're buying from? They are not buying from North Korea, Russia. It's all a whole publicity stunt, bro. Because 1.5 billion is going to go back to the US, and the 2% of defense spending goes to the US. The military supplies come from the US military industrial complex. So this is just for the news. It's gonna last for a day or two, and it's gonna forget it like never happened. 2018 they had the same thing. They were okay. We're gonna invest $2 billion, develop the whole place. Up to now, no development has happened.
Okay.
So
they always make promises, but they never follow up on the.
They
promise.
never, because it was Trudeau wanted the place. I think Bill Clinton even wanted the place. Now Trump wanted the place. A lot of U.S. presidents always wanted that place, but Denmark
What's so special about the Greenland place, though?
Oh, okay. So what's special is the Arctic. Okay, the ice is starting to melt. So now Russia has already developed a submarine that is, they call it the icebreaker, that is going through the ice like a knife through a butter. So they're creating their own lane. So now they are creating a new shipping lane that is going to avoid the transatlantic. So it's going to go through the Arctic. So now from Russia, from there they can just go to South America easily. So they believe there's a lot of natural resources hidden underneath the Arctic. So Russia has already made claim. So where Greenland is located,
if the US can get it, they can make claims to certain waters.
And not even that, because if you look at the map, right, the US is below the Arctic. So if Russia is on top, so if Russia fires a hypersonic missile, it's going to blind the US. US is at the bottom. So if they fly hypersonic missile, the US is not going to be able to see it until it hits mainland US.
Because they have no defense around the area.
Yeah, because that's their blind spot. For a very long time, the ice used to be their protector.
Okay.
So now they want Greenland. So now if Russia is able to fire a hypersonic missile, they'll be able to track it easily.
Oh, by the way, as you talk about hypersonic missile, recently Russia has been bragging about the big nuclear missile that they have, and it can go past like US defenses, so we should end the Ukraine war. Do you think Putin already have like one buried over there just in case like they're ready to nuke them?
No,
in the scheme of all things, knowing that the ice always protects them.
Yeah.
And if you knew like the US is never going to be on your side over all these years. And you finally build this kind of weapon. Wouldn't you put some in the ice over there?
Anything that comes from Russia, take it with a grain of salt. Even with the Arctic exploration, you know what they're doing? Yeah. They don't want to spend their own money, so guess what they did? They were like, China, I think there's something buried there. You wanna go 50-50 on this? So so I'm like, yeah, sure, man, why not? So the investment is coming from here, and then so Russia is just tagging along. Even though Russia is closer to the Arctic, they are just tagging along, like, you understand? So the new missile they are talking about, this thing is not new. This missile is like 8 years old already. They just put a new component on an old missile.
Yeah, he said that. He said it's not 100% new, but it's like an improvement on the old technology that has made it so like diabolical.
Yo, you know what? Russia is so good in the propaganda. Sometimes you hear it and you just laugh. Last year they were like, we've developed the freshest, newest missile that the world has never seen before. Hypersonic missile with maneuverability. It means when the missile is in flight, they can control it with
drones?
Yeah,
the remote control.
Yeah. So you cannot be able to track it, which has never been done before. Guess what? They call it the 𝚈𝚞𝚞𝚞𝚞 missile. And everybody like, oh, have you seen the 𝚈𝚞𝚞𝚞𝚞? Yo, the 𝚈𝚞𝚞𝚞 is crazy. Not until the third missile system in Ukraine down 2 𝚈𝚞𝚞𝚞 missiles. Nowadays, they don't even talk about the 𝚈𝚞𝚞𝚞 missile no more. Man, I thought you said this is groundbreaking missile. What happened to it? Now that is gone, now they're coming up with something new again. Man, don't be. It wasn't until the US said, no, this is old missile that people don't know about, that Putin came out and said, yeah, it's been 8 years old. You're Russia, bro. Yeah, don't believe anything that comes out of Russia. So guess what? The 𝚈𝚞𝚞𝚞 guy, once they realize the third system, the third is an acronym for high altitude missile defense system. Once they realized the 𝚈𝚞𝚞𝚞 was down in Russia, guess what? Down in Ukraine, guess what happened the following day?
What?
The developer all of a sudden decided to fall out of a window.
Okay, so it's like say the project is on hold now.
So this is what happens in Russia. Let's say if you are a manufacturer in Russia in the military industrial complex, and you say, oh, CJ's company just developed the best weapon in the world, and then the news is going to cover it.
And when it's time to show the weapon, if you can't make the deadline,
you better fall out of the window. And it's true for everybody. So this for the war alone, more than 20 people have already fallen out of the window. Why do they choose the window though?
Well, suicide, the easiest way.
Yeah, but
it's clean.
Anyway, yeah, it's clean. But how do you die from a 3-story building though? It's not like China where they have like 30th floor. People just fall out of 3-story buildings.
You don't jump for your foot because you plan to end it all, so you go head first.
Yeah. It's wild, bro. Russia, bro. Like Russia, they so that's why the US just want. The people have already given you this place, man. Trump is just being announced. Should we continue?
Yeah, let's continue.
Now, the announcement comes after President-elect Donald Trump suggested that the United States should buy the world's largest island. On Monday, the incoming president posted on Truth Social that Greenland's ownership is extremely crucial to America.
For purposes of national security and freedom throughout the world, the United States of America feels that the ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity.
And not just Greenland, but Donald Trump has also threatened to take back the Panama Canal and make Canada the 51st state of the United States. Moreover, the incoming president's son, Eric Trump, posted a picture on...
This is what I like the most about Trump. He has his big shopping list. Yeah. Even his kids know it. What's on his shopping list again?
So we have Canada,
Greenland, and the Panama Canal.
Oh, and guess what? It's Amazon Prime though, so the delivery is overnight. It doesn't take 2 days.
He's not gonna waste time. You see how this photo is even generated, even on the phone.
Yeah.
The phone has it, the screen has it.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what they call a boss, man.
It's
Call
crazy.
me sir.
God, Mr.
Save
man.
for later.
Yeah. Save for later.
I wonder what the prices are gonna be on them.
Yeah. Canada is gonna be a hard bargain.
Canada is a hard one.
Yeah. But what for some weird reason they have free returns though. So it means you can return it anytime. Yes, wow.
And then like Greenland free delivery overnight.
Yeah.
7 a.m. to 11 a.m. $25 of quality.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Panama Canal is like free delivery too.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are two I think they can, if they want to lay down the law and they can get.
Yeah, but you realize Canada only have one stock left. Greenland have a lot in stock.
Yeah, only one left.
Only one left for Canada.
This is his only chance to do it.
Yeah.
And get it if he doesn't get it.
Trump is wild for that.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Panama Canal, Trump is, I don't know who is advising Trump though. Even though the US built it, you built it, you had a lease on the thing. It's not like you think about it. It's just like Russia sold Alaska to the US for like 150,000. It's just like Russia coming back and say, you know what, I want my Alaska back.
Yeah, that part for me was kind of messed up, because I think when they gave it to you, they didn't want it, but you didn't want it to keep it yourself.
What are you talking about?
The Panama Canal, because I think they told them they could have had it.
Oh no, they signed an agreement because they don't want Venezuela to have it, and they signed an agreement. So the agreement was going to expire anyway. The agreement was, and the US doesn't want to invest money and be taking care of it.
That's what what I was talking about. Was like they told them you could have it, and they don't want to take on the burden.
Yeah, they don't want to take on the burden of.
But now they realize the benefits of keeping it. But it's already too late.
It's
and
already
the thing
too
is,
late.
why they having this issue is because what I was reading is because China take interest in it.
Yeah, China.
And anything China take interest in, the US cannot let China have it.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
You can't have it. Anything Russia take interest in, the US is like, you cannot have it no matter what. Even if you have to spend $50 billion, we're going to spend it.
Yeah. So like the Panama Canal, they were like, okay, then reduce the pricing. Come on, that's the economic driver. The only economic driver in Panama. They depend on that canal like their life depends on it. Or like, let's take the Suez Canal in Egypt. Let's say the French built it. Let's say France goes back and say, you know what, give me back my canal. Like, come on. the life of Egypt depends on that canal. So Trump is just being an asshole, bro. Like, for real.
You know what's happening there now? No gift is free.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. And the person that signed the agreement is still alive. Why don't you go talk to Carter? I think Carter was the one that signed it. Why don't you go talk to him? He's still alive though, no? So there's no way, unless come on.
Yeah, so Greenland says it's not for sale.
Greenland says it's not for sale.
So do you think like they're gonna go to war on this one?
No, they are a NATO member. That's what I'm saying. This all publicity stunt. Like,
so what does that mean for NATO if like Trump decide to push on this and then Greenland decide to push back? Would that make the whole NATO thing explode?
And not necessarily.
Because to me, like, NATO nations should not be fighting for territory or asking back for territory that they granted out for free.
No.
That should be against the NATO law, because what they're saying is what Russia is doing with Ukraine is wrong.
Yeah.
And for you to go on like to take Greenland the way that Russia is taking Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah, Trump is just being an asshole. At the end, what's going to happen is just like in Turkey. Turkey's a sovereign nation, but the US still have forces in Turkey. Poland, US have it there. Now they want to move to Sweden. And Germany, more than 100,000 US soldiers are situated there. So what Trump is doing, I see the play he's playing. US already have an Air Force base in Greenland. So now the $1.5 billion that the Danes want to invest in it, at the end, when there's war, the US military can move to any NATO nation free of charge. What Trump is doing is they just don't want to use US money to develop the place because the place is a dump. After World War II, they just left everything and left. So that they still have like the old military vehicles down there. So what's going to end up happening is this is going to last for a day or two. If Trump pushes the issue any further, Denmark is going to invest money, 1.5. US is going to add another 1.5. That's going to make 3 billion, and they're going to develop the whole place. And the US is going to move there anyway.
I guess that's what you want.
Yeah. They just don't want to use...
Just not using the direct words to say, oh, we want to increase the defense budget.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy because US...
It's like a political tactic.
Yeah.
Because to me, like, Trump was always pushing for them to spend more money, and they didn't want to spend more money. Then he pushed this play that, oh, we're going to spend $1.5 billion all of a sudden.
Yeah. Because imagine the people... Since 1947... You've had that area for a very long time. It wasn't until Russia and China started exploring the Arctic Circle, they were like, oh, you need to go back to the Arctic. Like, what the hell?
I think China, that's a good play for China because what they do for a living is import-export. Well, mainly export. So canals is their playing ground. Ports is their playing ground. Any person who is venturing in that kind of business, just like the Silk Road, the US don't want it to be successful for nothing.
Yeah, true.
Because that is going to make them way more powerful.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a day when they complete those projects.
It's going to be complete. It's definitely going to...
They're just slowing down the inevitable.
Yeah.
And once that complete, then they don't need so much shipping ports anymore because they have a lot they can do by land and now they have a lot they can do by sea.
Yeah.
And later on, they're going to start moving into the airlines.
Yeah. See, there's
they're trying to build their planes now?
Yeah. I see the C919.
Although it's not that good, but
at least
you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I wish all countries could do that. You always have to start somewhere, bro. Because regardless, all these wealthy nations were not able to do it. The EU had to come together to do Airbus. The whole 12 countries have to come together to do one Airbus.
To me, the silliest continent in the world that should be doing all this is Africa.
Yeah, those okay. Yo, these people, bro.
You have all the gold, and all the diamond in the world, and you're telling me you can't even make a plane.
Yo, those people are crazy. I think God. You see, when Pontius Pilate, they brought Jesus to Pilate, they were like, okay, we need him crucified, and he's like, it's his responsibility to crucify him. But he looked at Jesus for some time and said, I don't think I want to do it. So what did he do? He got a bowl of water and he washed his hand. I think that's what God did with Africa. I mean, God is like, man, I'm done with these people. You know.
Even Canada has their own airline, right?
No, hell no.
Not yet. They just depend on the US.
They depend on Boeing.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's cheaper that way for them.
Somewhere like Africa, man.
Yeah, but Canada is just one country.
Get your own airline, man.
Yo, you are talking about the CJ. These people, some of these countries can't even maintain, not build their own airplane. Just maintain the one they bought. They can't even maintain it, bro. They can't even maintain it. The only countries that have their own sovereign airlines, that is Ethiopia, Kenya. Nigeria still owes money. Nigeria lands in England, they don't pay the tax. When you land in a sovereign country, you have to pay tax or some money for. Nigeria owes like 100 million. They've landed in a lot of countries that they don't pay. Now they're like, okay, anytime you land here, we're gonna seize your planes. Ghana, the same thing. So it's like the country can't even maintain a simple, not 20 airlines, not 100 airlines, just 2 that flies to the US. They can't even maintain that. Talk about build. Man. Yo, man. Back home, we used to call it, which line going? Is it Canal line? Oh, bro, get help, get death insurance right now because they call it a flying coffin. If that plane started, you're like, what the hell is going on? It's like, yo. It got to a point in time the government's like, I'm sorry, man, we can't do this anymore. Yo, Ghana is so yo, like, because the corruption, man. Sometimes they have to, these people over there, the mechanics sometimes have to, the mechanics maintaining the airplane, sometimes they just remove a spare part
and put it in the suitcase.
And later they say, okay, one part is not working, so the state
you need to buy a new one.
Yeah, and then they
sell that part to someone on the second-hand market.
Yo, guys, yo, and they were like, new government, okay, now we're buying 5 planes. We're gonna make sure. After 2 years, bankruptcy. That's what happens, bro. So there's no way we're gonna be able to build anything. Continue.
Nah, I think we can.
You get
everything we needed.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think. Put your comments in the comment section. Do you support what Trump is doing? Do you support his Christmas list? Do you think they're gonna be able to stop it?
Yeah. Oh, before you go, the Prime Minister for Panama came back and said, Trump, thank you for wishing you get it back, but it's never going back to the US. It will never go back to the US. And guess what Trump said? We'll see about that.
All right. So anyway, let's see what Trump's next set of move is going to be when he comes back in power. Yeah. Peace and love. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And see you guys in the next one. Bless.